Welcome to the 2-minute Parsha video with the Thornhill Community Shul. I'm Jody Burkell, and I'm so excited to share these ideas with you. As a Baal Tshuva, one of the things people often comment about is the fire with which we approach mitzvot, the excitement in performing the commandments. One of the things that I pray for as the years pass is, please Hashem, don't let the fire die. Prior to COVID, I was at a friend's house on Shabbat and we were chatting. He said, Jody, would you mind taking your hand off the table? You're going to set the tablecloth on fire. It was a huge compliment and something I work really hard on to keep the fire lit. We read this week the commandment to carry out my laws and safeguard my decrees to follow them. I am Hashem your God. You shall observe my decrees and my laws, which man shall carry out and by which he shall live. I am Hashem. And you should guard my laws. It seems that this is directed to a person who's already doing them. Is Hashem telling us, we who are doing them already, to guard them and we will live? I think it's a little bit strange. Let's look at this together. You know what I'm saying? There's this idea of preaching to the choir. It's like saying to the people who are listening to this Dvar Torah, you know, there's a commandment to learn Torah. You really should take some time to study. So what does it mean to tell people who are already doing the mitzvot to observe them, guard them, and you will live? There are a few ways to understand this commandment. All are powerful and can literally transform the way we perform the mitzvot and change our lives in the process. Rambam writes that the term "and by which we shall live" refers to the commandments between man and man. He's talking about the laws governing property and debts and the laws that forbid robbery or murder. So this makes sense. We can totally see how this would be the case. Without these laws, there would be chaos. And who wants to live or can live in chaos? He says that it's only through the observance of these laws that we create an environment, a society that we can all live a peaceful and meaningful life. But let's go even deeper and bring another view of this commandment. Sometimes a person is doing a mitzvah in a robotic way, without thinking and without feeling, by rote, as they say. Hashem tells us not only to observe, but to guard them as well. When we're doing the various mitzvot during the day, are we even attached to them? The first Ger Rebbe, the Chadusha Harim, interprets this to teach us that a person should not perform the commandments lifelessly. Do we drop a coin in a pushka and think to ourselves, whoa, I just helped a poor person? Or when we perform Bikur Cholim to visit the sick, are we aware that we are taking away 1/60th of their illness? Do we internalize the power of what we're doing? Do we think to ourselves, I literally took away some of their suffering? We're constantly bombarded with opportunities for tzedakah. When we make donations to various Jewish schools or organizations, do we think to ourselves, I'm supporting Torah education so that Jewish children will continue to be educated in the ways of Hashem? These are holy acts. We are God's partners in creation. Every mitzvah we do heals the fractures of the world. And this is how, through the mitzvot, we live. In these moments, with this realization, we should come alive. If we saw someone who was starving on the street and we gave them a sandwich, and all of a sudden the person came back to life, we would feel so invigorated by our acts. You know that feeling when you close the deal or make that basketball shot for the sports fan? This is how we're supposed to feel. That's what it could feel like when we perform the commandments. God gives us so many opportunities to live each day. but it takes some effort. We're instructed to find in the commandments our primary source of joy, of enthusiasm, and life itself. God is giving us through the commandments opportunities for life. If we look at the mitzvot as a life-giving formula, we would do them in a completely different way, and we would be brought to life through them. Friends, what mitzvah can we do today with more life, with more passion, with more connection? If we truly internalize the power of the mitzvot and the opportunity that lies in front of us every single day, we will see that our feelings towards doing them will change. Not just our own life force will be invigorated, but also we will feel and experience the guarding of God's mitzvot has brought new life into our lives and into the world around us. Shabbat shalom to each one of you. Thank you for watching.